So it is FC Bayern who get us underway. In the all-white strip, Dinamo Zagreb in the all-blue. The new format, remember, 6 games, as it was in the old group stage, not the 8 like in the Senior Champions League, to make it into the top 22 and progress to a last 32 knockout rounds. All back with Klanak. It's a bright sunny day. There's Mijatovic. Conditions absolutely perfect to kick off the UEFA Youth League campaigns of both these teams. Crucial to make your home games count, of course. Bayern's next game, a trip to England to play Aston Villa, the first of successive away matches. That's followed by a trip to Spain to face Barcelona. Have a tough run of fixtures, Bayern. Benfica and Paris Saint-Germain also on the list for the German side. Zagreb facing Monaco, Salzburg, Bratislava and Dortmund. As in the Senior Champions League, there are no double headers. You play 6 different teams just the once, 3 at home and 3 away. Ladan with the throw for Dinamo. Puljic with the header. Puljic to Mijatovic. Now Del Piaz, the Austrian. Back to Klanak. There's Puljic. Now Mijatovic. The UEFA Youth League side for Bayern, a mix of the under-19s and the Bayern 2 squad that play in Liga 3, the 3rd tier of German football. Back with Antonio Reich. And Zagreb are unbeaten in 11 domestic games away from home since the 2-0 loss in Basel in the UEFA Youth League back in November last season that ended their interest. But they have won just one of their last 12 away in the UEFA Youth League outside of penalty shootouts. 5 defeats and 6 draws in that time. You get the impression they'd be pretty happy with a point here. Is Daiba, the Portuguese youngster in the centre of the Bayern midfield 3. And Asnu wins a free kick. Early talking to for Peter Pfeiffer. Nothing more than that, though. Dinamo Zagreb coach is Ivica Banovic, a Croatian international formerly, to the tune of 2 caps. Former defensive midfielder during his playing days, which he spent most of in Germany, the likes of Werder Bremen, Nuremberg, Freiburg, Cottbus. There's Puljic. Asnu. Puljic again, Bayern with plenty of the early possession. There's not going to be much pressing by Dinamo by the looks of things. Happy to sit in behind the ball when Bayern have it. Bayern have given it away. Andrich. Seko and Keeley. Initially blocked is Horvat now, though, for Dinamo. Sepic. Mijatovic cuts it out, though. Bayern clear their lines. Del Piaz. Plan out short to Mijatovic. Domestic league form's been going well for Bayern, but they've already been knocked out of the German Under-19s Cup. In the first round, they were beaten by Karlsruhe on penalties last month after a 3-3 draw. All over the top for Kusiasare to chase, but all the way through to Rajic. Jonas Kusiasare, under 17 international for Sweden. And that's been given away by Dinamo Zagreb. The first time shot is well off target in the end from Emirhan Demircan. Certainly need to keep the error count down though, Dinamo Zagreb, on that score. Trying to play out of the back, and it was Jakirovic who got it horribly wrong. Possession being gifted to Bayern, and very nearly again by Rajic. Playing a dangerous game here in the early moments at the back, Dinamo Zagreb. There's Mijatovic. It's the fourth meeting between the two clubs in the UEFA Youth League. Zagreb won on penalties in the last meeting in 2022, in the last 16. And as Dinamo reached the quarterfinals for only the second time and prevented Bayern on that occasion from reaching it for the first time. Met in the group stage in 2015-16. And it was one win each. Bayern winning 1-0 in Croatia and Zagreb winning 2-1 in Bavaria. Mijatovic all the way back to Klanac. Seko and Keeley. On by Puljic to Asnu. Now Daiba. Mijatovic. Dalpiaz in a bit of space, trying to pick out Irankunda. Towards Horvat. Just unable to keep the ball in play, the Dinamo left winger. Here's Puljic. There's Rauer pulling off for him. Seko and Keeley. Now Puljic. As now down the line. There's plenty in the penalty area now in white shirts. Seko and Keeley pulling off short for the captain, as now. And the ball into the box, cut out by Branko Pavic, the Dinamo Zagreb captain. Sepic. Horvat chasing after that one. Now Irankunda hasn't really got into the game yet. Dalpiaz, Irankunda. Sneak play on the edge of the box. Daiba almost picking his way through, but Pavic cuts it out. And here's Horvat. And finally it's slammed away by Sepic for Dinamo. Andrić after it. And he's bundled over. It's a free kick to Dinamo. And relieves a little bit of the pressure that they've been under from Bayern. Free kick quickly taken. Pfeiffer. As now brings it away though, the Bayern captain. Plays himself into trouble though. The first time shot driven in by Al Tahir. Straight at Klanac. Hussein Al Tahir, the only non-Croatian in the starting 11 for Dinamo Zagreb from Saudi Arabia. Nasrawa. Irankunda. Switches the play out towards Demichan, but Ladan wins the header. Touch off by Andrich. Just not keeping the ball though, Dinamo, at the moment. It's all Bayern possession. Most of it though has been in front of the Dinamo Zagreb defensive lines. The only sight Bayern have had of the Dinamo goal was the mistake by Jakirovic. Handed Demichan a clear shot. Here's Mijatovic. Now Dalpaz shepherded away by Horvat. Force back to Klanac. Sent up towards Kuziazare. Irankunda, who's a good runner with the ball, but heavy touch allowed Sepic to get a foot in and clear it away. Up towards Andrich, who's done well. He was pretty isolated when he received that ball. Support now from Bakovic. Helped on to Horvat. Well covered by Mijatovic. And clear it away. And now Daiba. Asno has overrun that though. It's back with Al-Taha. Took a while to think about that, the referee. In the end, the free kick given against Noel Aseko and Keeley. Here's Sepic for Dinamo. Horvat. Dalpiaz's backing up. Sepic has done well. Delivered the ball in, now Bakovic. Just tried to curl it into that far corner, but in the end, no power on it. Easy gather for Leon Klanac, but they've shown in the last couple of minutes, Dinamo Zagreb, that could potentially be a threat on the counter. It's impressive the way they got numbers up to support Petar Andrich, who was completely on his own when he received the ball. Mijatovic. Lubio Pulic, cut out by Al-Taha. Six German clubs in the UEFA Youth League this season. Hoffenheim, the under-19 champions. And Leipzig, Dortmund, Leverkusen and Stuttgart are the other clubs, as well as Bayern. Irankunda. Seko and Keeley. Out to Asno. Seko Akili with the cross in. It was almost a free header in the centre for Nasrawa, who had got in there. Good move from Bayern. Adam Asno effectively plays like another left winger, and it wasn't too far away, you know, from Nasrawa. $14 minutes gone, 0-0. Picked off by Bakovic. Bayern and Mainz were Germany's best teams last season in this competition. They both reached the quarterfinals, both lost. Mainz were heavily beaten 4-0 by Porto. Bayern 3-1 by Olympiacos, who then went on to beat Milan in the final. Pulic with the touch back to Klanac. UEFA Youth League has certainly opened up in terms of potential winners in the last couple of seasons with Olympiacos and RZ. Prior to that, the winners tended to come from Spain, England, Portugal, with the exception of RB Salzburg in 2016-17. Last two finals, though, have been contested between four teams whose countries had never previously even had a club in the final. RZ Hajduk Split and then Olympiacos Milan. Italy still waiting for their first winners, as are Germany. No German team has ever reached the final. Dalpiaz, touched away by Pavic. And that will be a Dinamo throw. And by Daiba. Gets it back from Puljic. Mijatovic has pulled out wide. It's played in instead to Aseko and Keeley. And now finds its way to Mijatovic. Not one for two games coming into this. Dinamo a draw and a defeat in their last two. And that's flicked behind. There was a touch off a Dinamo defender, though. It's a corner for Bayern. Nasrau with the corner. And the header down was a free header from Rocco Mijatovic, but no real power on it. Easy gather for Antonio Rajic in the Dinamo goal. And now the counter is on with Al-Taha. Well covered by Asnel. Full Moroccan international, Adam Asnal, but also represented Spain at youth level as well. Al-Taha has represented Saudi Arabia's under-16s. Here's Puljic. Seko and Keeley was under pressure, did well though to defend the ball. There's Mijatovic. Rankunda. Switched out by Daiba. Looking for the run of Demir Can. Asnu, well played. Daiba from Seko and Keeley. Dalpiaz. Kasiasare, the intended target. It's found its way to Demir Can, though, on the far side, who's turned his man well, has options here in the centre, but cleared away by Zebic. Here's Asnal. Little step over, but Ladan wasn't fooled. And Pfeiffer back there helping him out. Throw for Bayern, though. The throw went the way of Dinamo. Bayern have it back now, though. Asnel. Here's Daiba. Mirankunda with the touch off, went for the return. A run at the Dinamo defence here, got the shot away. And Niko Sepic deflects it behind for another Bayern corner, who are penning Dinamo back here. Petar Gajdarov, the Bulgarian coach in charge of the Bayern under-19s, just 33 years of age, took over in July. So his first UEFA Youth League campaign in charge. Daiber and Nasraoui over this corner. Played short to Yusuf Nasraoui. Now Asnu going for that far corner. Dipped comfortably into the hands of Antonio Rajic. Pfeiffer battling for that one. Bakovic with it. It's taken away though. And Bayern clear. Played in by Sepic. And Puljic back to Klanac. Here's Mijatovic. Kusiazare. Now Puljic here. Mijatovic has seen so much possession of the ball. None of it under too much pressure either, because Dinamo happy to retreat and invite Bayern onto them and then pounce when they get the opportunity to. Mijatovic. Daupias. Nasraoui. Now David Daiber just drops in between the two centre-backs to offer an insurance policy when Bayern are up against it. Bayern have played in all 10 previous editions of the UEFA Youth League. Reached the last 16. Oh, the ball's been given away here. And Nasraoui hits it straight at Rajic. And that's a couple of times already now that Dinamo have played themselves into trouble somewhat needlessly. Here's Bakovic. It's going to be a tough enough game as it is without giving chances away to Bayern. Nasraoui might feel he should have done better. It was their own goal kick here. A dreadful error from Pavic this time, the captain, presenting the ball straight to Kusiazare, who set up Yusuf Nasraoui, who was running onto it, but as with the previous chance for Demichan, the finish not up to scratch, and Dinamo got away with it. You wonder how much longer for, though. Clip over the top for Nasraoui. Irankunda. Yeah, that's going to be a foul. Sepic taken down. Yeah, reached the last 16 a couple of times, Bayern, before finally getting into the quarterfinals last season. Beaten by Real Madrid and by Dinamo Zagreb in 2020. 7 times, though, they exited in the old group stage. Nobody really knows yet how many points generally you'll need to make it into the top 22, the first season of this format. Here's Demichan. Nasraoui. Deflection on that, but took the sting out of it. Any sting that there was, and now Rajic has it for Dinamo. Al-Taha the intended target, but it's been cut out by Demichan. Nasraoui over this. He tends to be there or thereabouts when Bayern have set pieces. Demachan has made his way into the penalty area. Played in by Nasraoui. Header away. Nestor Irankunda picks up the loose ball though. Trying to get the cross in. It's blocked behind off Horvat for another Bayern corner. Started against Indonesia in Australia's last World Cup qualifier. Irankunda. 0-0 draw. Australia making a poor start to the third round of qualifying. Daiba. Asnu. Shifted out for Irankunda, who's attacking down the left side now. Up against Ladan. Did well to dig out a cross from there, but too much on it. Straight into the hands of Rajic. A lot of miles in those legs in the last couple of weeks or so. Home match with Bahrain before the away trip to Indonesia, and then a return to Bavaria. Dalpiaz with the throw. Here's Mijatovic. Puljic. First time we've seen Dinamo really try and put Bayern under pressure deep in their own half where they're in possession, and they just about played their way out of it. It's a risky pass from Asnu, but he got away with it. Here's Mijatovic. Nasraoui. Kusiasare. Trying to drill the ball across, gets a second bite at it, but blocked away by Jakirovic twice. Kusiasare. It's well defended by Pavic. And the last touch was off the Bayern centre forward, so it's a goal kick for Dinamo. Bayern have had a lot of the ball and put Dinamo under a bit of pressure, but they've been relatively comfortable, the Croatian side. There's 4 wins in their last 10 UEFA Youth League games. 5 defeats and a draw. The 2 wins coming against Istanbul, Başakşehir. Also beat Salzburg and Chelsea. Touch off from Kusiasare. Nasraoui. It's been really lively in the Bayern midfield. Just lacking that end product at the moment. Bayern. Zebic puts it out for a throw. Decent turn. And then Asnu gives it away. Zagreb's clearance though only as far as Mijatovic. He's forced back to Klanac. Here's Puljic. Mijatovic. Seko and Keeley. Nasraoui. Irankunda lost his footing, but the free kick has been given. Looks to give him a second or two thought timed as Dimitro Panchishin. Daiba. Now Puljic. Asnu to Demircan. Now Daiba. Under pressure from Al-Taha. He gives away the free kick. And another chance for Bayern to deliver the ball into the Dinamo penalty area. Here's Mijatovic. Irankunda. No way through there for Aseko and Keeley. And the ball given away to Daupiaz and then recovered by Pavic. Numerous set pieces in this first half, Bayern, but haven't made best use of any of them, really. Their two best chances have been given to them by Dinamo, failing to play out correctly. It's come to the edge of the box and fired back in by Aseko and Keeley. Chase on here for the loose ball. Al-Taha couldn't get on the end of it, Asnu could. And the Moroccan goes for goal and wins another corner for Bayern. So involved from left back, Adam Asnu. Out-swinging corner. Irankunda with the header down and then the looping header. An easy catch for Rajic, and that's been the story of the first half, really. So for chance for Magnus Daupiaz. Horvat. Daupiaz. Kusiasari was taken down off the ball. The referee trying to wave play on, but the decision has gone the other way. The foul has been given against the Bayern centre forwards. Won the ball well here, yeah. When you see it again, Horvat was blocked off by Kusiasari as he was looking to get back at Magnus Daupiaz. Can't have too many complaints about that. Sepic going short. Gets it back from Horvat. Into Andrich. And now Puljic, and Bayern can build again with Asnu. He was actually born in Barcelona and was at La Masia for 3 years before switching to Bayern's Youth Academy in 2022. And then a year later, switched from Spain to Morocco, although he did represent Morocco at under 15, so he did play for Morocco first. He's since represented the North African side at under 17, under 23, and as of August at full international level. Daupiaz. Mijatovic. Now Irankunda. Finding Daiba in space. Demircan. Turns away from his marker, gets the cross in. Too far away from Daupiaz. Dinamo continue, though, to pick up the pieces in the penalty area. Here's Daiba. On by Nasraoui. Asnu. Going on the outside of Pfeiffer, drills the ball across. And Daupiaz was at the back post but couldn't get the touch on it. Fabulous play though from Adam Asnu. Well, he's left back at the moment, but you wonder if latterly in his career he will move further forward. Such a dangerous creator. Such an inviting ball across the 6-yard box, but it was Dalpiaz, the opposite fullback, who was the furthest forwards. Kusi Azare, the centre forward, on his heels. Here's Mijatovic. Zebic with the header back. Sepic. All right. Bayern putting the pressure on again. Did well, Pavic, there under pressure to play his way out of trouble. Here come Bayern now, though. Asno again firing the ball into the defender. It's a Bayern ball. And the header down. There's the wrong side of the post. From Lubo Pulic. Jakirovic. Problem here for Horvat. Mijatovic makes his way back, bit of defending to do here for Bayern. Dinamo hoping that Horvat will get back to his feet as soon as possible. 6 minutes to the break. 0-0. Dinamo haven't created a great deal, but they're neither of Bayern really, given the amount of ball that they've had. Could the Croatian side snatch something here, maybe? Pfeiffer and Sepic there. Deep delivery from Sepic. Cleared away by Pulic. Here's Ladan. Rajic. One over the top for Pfeiffer to chase. Horvat challenging. Daiba wins the header. Here's Pavic. Zebic. On by Sepic, did well to keep that in and find a teammate as well. Bakovic. Pavic. Under pressure here from Iran Kunda, he did enough. Bayern win the throw. Here's Asnu. He and Nasrau have been as lively as anyone in the Bayern shirt in this first half. David Daiber keeps things ticking over in the centre. Back to Mijatovic. And Puljic have seen more ball than anyone on this field. Here's Irankunda. Mijatovic. Nasrau. It's a good ball into the penalty area for Aseko and Keeley. Akirovic doesn't mess around, just puts the ball straight into touch for a Bayern throw. Irankunda. Asnu. Now Demichan. Asnu at times tries to do a bit too much. Did well to keep possession there. Here's Nasrau. It's very direct though, which is good. As now. Here he is again. Caught in possession this time. Irankunda. Now Daiber. Irankunda. Andrich has gone down for Dinamo and looks in some pain as Al-Taha tries to break away. Seemed pretty innocuous what happened there. Back on his feet again though, Petr Andrich, the Dinamo centre forward. He tried to make the challenge there and just clashed ankles with Irankunda. The Australian certainly didn't do anything wrong there. Irankunda, who's a recent arrival at Bayern from Adelaide United, where he played over 60 times. Del Piaz quickly fizzing that ball in towards Nasrau, who did well to take it in his stride. Daiber. Can Bayern get their noses in front before the break? They're running out of time though to do that. Del Piaz. Played to him when he was under pressure from Horvat, and Horvat takes it away. Dave Andrich, little or no chance really though of getting on the end of that ball. One back by Bakovic. Now Horvat. 2 minutes to be added on at the end of what's been a pretty tight first half. Is Irankunda though. Zebic. Al-Taha. Oh, he's left that short and Demichan is onto it. Ladan backing up. Demichan twists and turns. Gets the shot away and it's gone straight into the face, I think, of Zebic. Caught that full on Demichan. Well, that's a pretty painful one for Zebic. He'll be okay. But I'm sure he felt that. Irankunda beginning to get into the game now. Ladan backing up. Oh, goodness me. It wasn't just the ball in the face, it's the way his head hits the ground when he lands. Bit of a headache for Marko Zebic. He's shaking it off and is back on for the seconds that remain in this first half. Launched by Rajic. $18 points available, remember, in this league stage. $22 go through, 14 go out. Horvat. There's Pavic. Step over sees Bakovic. I mean, imagine that 9 points would probably be enough. There's Bakovic. And it could be well less than that sees you into the top 22. Ladan with the throw. Plenty of distance on it, but nobody really attacked it, and Puljic was there with the free header to head it away. And that is the final action of a first half in which Dinamo Zagreb have been well organised. They've made life difficult for Bayern, whose best chances have been gifted to them by Dinamo playing out the back. Half-time, it's Bayern 0, Dinamo Zagreb 0. Second half underway then. Bayern unbeaten in 5 games here, outside of the penalty shootout defeat to Karlsruhe in the German Cup first rounds. Were knocked out here 3-1 by Olympiacos in the quarterfinals last season in the Youth League. Had won 5 in a row here, including 4 last season in the UEFA Youth League prior to the Olympiacos defeat. Dinamo would certainly be happy if you offered them this score now. All that helps it on. Cross into the centre, hooked away by Asnu, the Bayern captain. He's dispossessed by Pavic. And it's going to be a free kick. Oh, that was a strong challenge from Zebic. Straight through the back of Kusi Azari. Asnu with the throw. Just need to be sharper in the final third. The final ball has been pretty easily dealt with by the Dinamo defence. Mijatovic. Dalpiaz. Now Puljic. Asnu. Faced by Horvat, who's switched across to this near side at the start of the second half. Kusi Azari in space. Played into Aseko and Keeley. Ladan gets it away. And that's a throw for Dinamo. is Zevic. Launched by Rajic, out towards 5 foot. Mijatovic across. Under a bit of pressure though from Bakovic. Forced to get rid of it and picked up by Niko Sepic as a result. Now Bakovic to get the cross in. The flag up though for offside, but a positive start to the second half from Dinamo Zagreb. Given the draw they have, Bayern, they really do need to make matches count here in the UEFA Youth League. Team, remember, who have failed to get past the old group stage in 7 of the previous 10 editions of this competition. After this, they have Benfica and Paris Saint-Germain here. Travel to Aston Villa, Barcelona, and then Shakhtar Donetsk. Oh, there are 3 away games. Pfeiffer. Decent ball in. Puljic with the header away. Picked up by Pavic. Bakovic. And that's cut out by Asnau. It's good to see Dinamo starting on the front foot at the start of this second half, where you didn't see too much of that from them in the opening 45 minutes. And confirmation of that yellow card for Patrick Horvat, the first booking of the game so far. It's on paper the toughest perhaps of Zagreb's away games. Salzburg, former winners of the competition, and Bratislava, home ties with Monaco, Borussia Dortmund and Celtic. Mirankunda. Out to Demechan. Little step over, bought some space to get the cross in, but that's too close to Rajic. Hasn't really had a save to make in the game, Antonio Rajic. Nothing more than routine, really. Taha trying to play out, they lose possession. Here's Daiba, one back by Ladan. Horvat wiggles away from Daiba. Now Sepic. Delpiaz quickly on to Pfeiffer. A little too quick though for the referee's liking, and it's a free kick to Dinamo Zagreb. Knee in the thigh maybe for Pfeiffer. It's that area he's holding just below his glute. I think given their draw, they'd be pretty comfortable of progression. Dinamo Zagreb. Bayern, the first of 2 German sides that they'll face in the league phase. Home tie with Dortmund towards the end of November. Aseko and Keeley. Kasiasari ahead of him, out to Demechan. It was a nice idea, but Irankunda didn't read it. He was still very flat-footed. as the ball came in. Sepic. Pfeiffer. Kirovic across. Irankunda wins it. He's got options here. Irankunda. And he's played it behind Demichan. Kursi Azare was waiting in the middle. Diver. And that's a wayward effort. Off target from David Diver. Portuguese youngster going for goal. There's a lot of quality in these Bayern forward areas, but just a lot of wrong decision making at the crucial moment. Lack of quality as well in the delivery of the final ball. Ladan kept it in play, but it's picked up by Adam Asnu. Nasraoui. Asnu again. Support from Aseko and Keeley, and here's Nasraoui. Asnu drives it across and finds the back of the net. Adam Asnu, the captain, with a rifling drive into the corner. And Bayern Munich do get the breakthrough just under 10 minutes into the second half. Well, was it a cross? Was he going for it? He'll tell you he was aiming for the top corner, and that's where it ended up. But it is Bayern 1, Dinamo Zagreb 0. You always had the feeling that Adam Asnu, who's been one of the standouts for Bayern, would be involved somewhere. Let's see if he meant it. Well, maybe he did. Drilled that into the top corner. Looked up, saw his options, and I think he's going for goal there. It's a lovely finish from Adam Asnu. And now Dinamo Zagreb have it all to do. No chance for Rajic. It was rifled past him. Here's Puljic. Puljic again. Too much on that for Irankunda. They made a relatively bright start to the second half as well, Dinamo Zagreb, and some real punch to the stomach for them. Their instinct was that he was trying to cross that Asnu, but when you saw that shot behind him, he looked up, saw there wasn't really any options on, and just drilled it towards the far corner and in. Chase on here now for Horvat. Beaten to it though by Asnu. Now we'll be buzzing, having given Bayern the lead. Wriggles away from a couple of challenges. Can't see his long-term future being at left back, Adam Asnu. There's too much quality. Aseko and Keeley. Reminds me a bit of when Gareth Bale first broke through at Southampton and was playing at left back. Wasn't long before he was pushed further forward during his time with Spurs. There's Mijatovic, now Puljic. Nasraoui. Ladan. Touched away by Pavic. Seko and Keeley unable to pick up the loose ball, and Dinamo get it away. Back with Klanac. Well, that'll be a real settler for Bayern. They must have been wondering where a goal was coming from. They weren't creating a great deal, but a moment of individual magic there from Adam Asnau. Irankunda. Sepic backing off him. Good run by Irankunda. Delivers the ball across, and nobody on the end of it. Took a touch off a Dinamo defender. It's a Bayern corner. Nasraoui. Asnau again. This time he did drill it across. It's back with Demechan though. Seko and Keeley. It's fallen for Nasraoui, who tucks it in for two. Two goals just a few minutes apart. And Bayern Munich move into cruise control. Asnau with the first and Nasraoui with the second. And no surprise that their two standout players are the two goal scorers. Bayern Munich 2, Dinamo Zagreb 0. Not a great deal on here for Nasraoui. Asnau drills the ball across. Not the best of clearances, recycled by Demechan. And almost inadvertently, Noel, Seko and Keeley squeezes the ball through, deflected invitingly into the path of Youssef Nasraoui. And it is Bayern Munich 2, Dinamo Zagreb 0. Goals just 4 minutes apart from Asnau and Nasraoui, putting Bayern in full control now. Seko and Keeley. We made the change there, Bayern. Zagreb have made a couple as well. So Seko and Keeley is coming off. Double change for Bayern Munich. Kusi off as well. Horvat has been replaced by Vlahovic for Zagreb. And Demechan off too, so it was a triple change actually for Bayern. Richter has come on, wearing 14. Samuel Unzold was the replacement for Kusi Azare. Seko and Keeley, who is still on. Irankunda with the ball back to Nasraoui. Vlahovic trying to get himself involved. Vlahovic from Montenegro. A clear tug on as now from Kunert. Substitutions coming thick and fast now. Ulic coming on for Jakirovic. Pfeiffer replaced as well by Tim Miliak. So 4 changes made now for Dinamo Zagreb. There's Ladan, back to Rajic. And just to confirm, just the 2 for Bayern Richter and Unsold on for Kuziazare and Emirhan Demircan. Zebic. Played on towards Bakovic. Andrić making the run through the middle. The cut in and shot, comfortably gathered by Klanac. Positive play though from Niko Sepic. Klanac out to Puljic. It's given away though to Kunert. There's Zebic. No choice now really, Dinamo Zagreb, but to push forward and try and get some kind of foothold in the contest. A pretty solid first half. Started on the front foot at the start of the second half, but those 2 quick goals putting Bayern in control. This is better. Ball across. And Aseko and Keeley stepping in ahead of Kunert to clear it away. Irankunda. That's going to be a free kick. Looks as though Irankunda has moved into the centre-forward position and Unsold has come on the right. Kuziazare, who was struggling in truth to have too much impact in the game, placed at centre-forward. Sepic. Now Ulic. On by Sepic again. Vlahovic on the chase for the ball. And Bayern play themselves into trouble. Sepic picking up the pieces. Here's Kunert. Played into space for Andrić, who took an age to get the shot away. Good run to the byline and then across to Bakovic, who puts it behind for a goal kick. Better though from Dinamo. Launched by Mijatovic. Here's Sepic. Shown a bit more going forward second half as Niko Sepic from left back. Rajic. Now Puljic with the touch back to Klanac. Petar Andrić, who I think is winded here, the Dinamo centre forward. Fifth change for Dinamo. Leo Rimac is about to come on. Is it Andrić who is going off? Fifth change though for Dinamo Zagreb. And Leo Rimac is on. To be careful here, Bayern. Good pressing from Dinamo Zagreb, almost drew the mistake. Pavic with the tackle. Kunert was in space, played forward though and headed away by Mijatovic. Two Croatians at the centre of that Bayern defence. They've been a real problem for their countrymen. I found them very difficult to break down. Out by Zebic to Ladan. It's off Unzold, and it's a throw for Dinamo as Bayern make a couple more changes. Eren Kunda is being replaced. And Nasraoui, the scorer of the second goal, makes way as well for Bayern. Challenged by Aseko and Keeley. Bayern threatening to get him behind almost immediately there. Through the substitute, Scott. As now. Scott. Lively introduction from him. Bayern with plenty forward here, but cleared away well by Dinamo. Header down from Unzold. And that's easy enough for Rajic. As now. It was a quick 1-2, wasn't it, from Bayern with the goals from Asnau and Nasraoui. Haven't created a great deal since then, but here's Scott, who's looked really lively, tried to feed that through to Unzolds. Now back with Klanak. Very comfortable game for him so far. Puljic. Mijatovic out to Delpiez. Whole of the forward line now for Bayern has been changed. And Nasraoui, who was the most attacking of the three central midfielders. Petar Gaidarov clearly feeling that the job has been done. Unzold with the header on. Unzold again, looking for Mikael Scott, but good challenge from Marko Zevic. Heading towards the final quarter of an hour then. Bayern Munich 2, Dinamo Zagreb 0. Anzau and Nasraoui with the two goals just 4 minutes apart. Ladan's throw. Asnau stepping in. Ladan challenging. Asnau looking for runners. Nobody really showed, so he's forced to go back to Ljubo Puljic. Klanak onto Mijatovic. Of another away game at the weekend against Rijeka in the Croatian under-19s. And a home tie with Rudez before their next Youth League match, which is at home to Monaco on October the 2nd, Zagreb. A couple of games to get their Croatian under-19 league campaign back on track after dropping 5 points in their last 2 games. Played by Klanak. This is going to be a third game without a victory now, unless they can produce a couple of goals in the final 14. But here's Asnau. Looking positive. Finds Scott. Held up by Ladan. Helped out by Asnau. Puljic. Unzold picking out Asnau. Puljic. It's keep ball at the moment from Bayern. Diver. Scott. Now Unzold. Drills the ball across, and Zagreb get it away. Sepic. Last touch of the Austrian, Delpiez. Cleared away by Rajic. Reached the quarterfinals, Dinamo Zagreb, in both ways that you can do it. They came through the Champions route in 2019 before losing on penalties to Chelsea after a 2-2 draw, and then a year later came through the group stage but were beaten by Benfica in the last 8. Haven't been there in the 4 years since. Mijatovic. And back to Klanac. Asno. Was well taken down by Ruger. Now the chase on here by Scott. He's done well. Got past his marker. Cleared away though by Ladan. And that's going to be a free kick to Bayern right on the edge of the area. And a yellow card for Branko Pavic. Did well there, Scott. Just unable to pick out Unzold, who was in the centre. But he's caused problems, he's looked lively. More proof that Bayern are well stocked in the attacking positions at under-19 level. Free kick by Asnau, tipped away. Scott with the follow-up, stabs it back into the danger zone. And anywhere will do. Regarding the clearance, not a bad try by Asnau and a decent save from Rajic. Got it round the wall, it was on target. Rajic kept it out. Asnau. There's Puljic. Back from Mijatovic is Asnau. Get the feeling there's another goal in this for Bayern if they can press home their advantage in terms of possession. This has fallen kindly maybe for Richter. Couldn't get the shot away though. Now Dinamo on the counter. Mijatovic with the foot in though. Here's Puljic. Clipped out by Daiber. Well, the energy has certainly gone from Dinamo Zagreb's performance. Haven't really seen much response from the quick-fire double that Bayern scored at the start of this second half. Zebic. Kunert chasing this one. He's worked hard to get himself involved as Borna Kuvert since coming on. Seko and Keeley. Allowed time to turn and pick a pass. Found Mikhail Scott, but Ladan too strong for him. Here's Pavic. Now Sepic. Vlahovic. Too much on that though for Bakovic, and Mijatovic always favourite to get this away. Sepic sliding in. Now Richter. Sacco and Keeley trying to release Ruga. Yeah, flag up. Free kick for Dinamo. Yeah, look as though they're going to make a losing start to this new format, but no panic. 5 more games to get themselves into the top 22 and a place in the last 16. I lost 32, I should say. Sepic. Orlic. Gonna have to offer more than they have today, though, on the counter-attack, Dinamo. Here's a chance, maybe. Got bodies forward here. Bayern with plenty back, though. And it's fired over the crossbar. Well, that was the clearest chance of the game for Dinamo Zagreb. Good work from Pavic, playing the ball in. But Tin Miljak firing horribly over the top when it seemed easier to score. Good spell of pressure from Dinamo. Bayern just unable to get the ball away, and well, if that's on target, it's in. Has now put on a bit of pressure, but has to hit the target with that. And it would have made it a somewhat more uncomfortable ending to the game for Bayern had that gone in. Final change for Bayern sees Rocco Mijatovic replaced by Scholl. Klanac. As now with the throw. Puljic. Now Daiba. Into the substitute, Pau Scholl. Just involvement for him. We may well end this game with a clean sheet, Leon Klanac, but he was extremely fortunate that Miljak fired that one over. Really should have been 2-1. Sacco and Keeley. Back from Scott. That ball back to the goalkeeper after the pressure from Marko Zebic. Sacco and Keeley. Bit of time and space now to pick his options. One of which is Asnau. Ladan sticking to it. He's done well, Ladan. Now, what can they work here, Dinamo? Here's Rimac. Bayern getting bodies back now. And the cross into the centre, just too high for Bakovic. Didn't make best use again of that counter. Not sure they were direct enough. Here's Miljak. Swings the cross in. And back in the hands of Klanac. And a play for a Bayern throw. Tough day for Ivica Branovic's side. Kept Bayern at bay very comfortably. But once has now fired Bayern in front, and as Rauer added a second, there hasn't been a great deal of response from Zagreb, and the referee needs to calm down Zebic here. He wasn't happy with the challenge of Michael Scott. Sent long towards Miliak. Unzold. Unzold again. Seko and Keeley. Unzold. Now rematch for Dinamo. Closed down immediately. The header from Pavic. There's Sepic. It's fair to say that Bayern's challenges will get tougher with the fixtures that they've been drawn in this league stage of the competition. 3 points though on their way to the back. So we move into stoppage time. It's Branko Pavic now. Sepic swings the cross in. Scholl with the header away. Ball dropping behind Puljic. He wasn't sure where it was for a second or so. 3 minutes is the time to be added on. Seko and Keeley, and that's going to be a free kick for Bayern. Klanach. Seko and Keeley. Space now for Asnu. Leaves it though for Michael Scott. Asnu on the overlap. Scott cutting in, going for goal himself. And a comfortable save for Reich. He's been keen to make his mark since coming on. Probably the reason he took it on himself rather than releasing Asnu. Here's Ladan. He's not had a bad second half, actually. Miliak swings that cross in again. Miliak, oh, the header back across, and it's a gift of a goal for Dinamo Zagreb. And Klanach doesn't get his clean sheet. Was it an own goal, or was there a touch before it crossed the line? It was Leo Rimac who was carrying the ball back and who's been credited with the goal. Too little, too late, though. Surely now for Dinamo Zagreb. Miliak, who missed that big chance with the ball in. Now, was it over the line before Rimac scored? It's an awful defensive header. And a gift of a goal for Dinamo Zagreb. That has been credited to Rimac. Well, they'll be thinking if only Miliak had stuck that one away. Asnu. And it is a winning start for Bayern Munich. It's finished Bayern Munich 2, Dinamo Zagreb 1.